Hey guys, today I'm filming a palette of the month review video on the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. If you guys are new to my palette of the month series, I will have my playlist linked for you guys, and I'm not going to give you my whole spiel, but basically I was neglecting my palettes. This series helped me use them, fall in love with them, and become a bit of a palette hoarder, unfortunately, but also I'm excited about it. So my inspiration for this series is my friend Amanda Alexander. I will have her video and her channel linked down below. Make sure you check her out. So as I said, today's palette is the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. This was originally a limited edition palette and it sold out super crazy as soon as Jaclyn Hill and Nikki Tutorial started talking about it. I was able to catch it on the restock earlier this year, and then a couple months back Colored Raine announced that they were going to make this a permanent product in their line, which is fantastic. So more of you guys can get your hands on it. So jumping into the review packaging, this is that sturdy cardboard with the magnetic closure, and it does have a mirror. You guys know that is my favorite kind of palette packaging. I really like the cardboard. So now I'm going to show you all of the shades with swatches. Crown is a shimmery light warm ivory.
Crown.
Royal Highness is a foiled taupe.
Royal Highness.
Your Majesty is a foiled copper gold.
Your Majesty.
Princess is a light medium warm mauve.
Princess.
Empress is a slightly burnt matte orange.
Empress.
Queen Mother is a shimmery violet.
Queen Mother.
Heir is a matte light cream sickle peach.
Heir.
Royal Prerogative is a matte medium warm brown.
Royal Prerogative.
Noblewoman is a shimmery cranberry red.
Noblewoman.
Ladyship is a matte bright pink tone purple.
Ladyship.
Duchess is a matte dark neutral brown.
Duchess.
Dethrone is a deep shimmery neutral cool brown.
Dethrone.
So for the looks I created, I was able to come up with quite a few. I used every single shade in this palette except for this matte brown Duchess, I think. I don't think I used that one, which is a bit of a bummer. And there is one look that I wore multiple times to school, but I unfortunately never was able to film what it looked like, and it was using the matte brown Dethrone on my lid and then really buffing out this matte orange Empress in my crease. And that was an okay look. It wasn't my absolute favorite, but I think it worked. I never really used dark browns, but I figured I wanted to push myself to try that dark shimmery brown, so that look was okay. And out of all the looks, if there was one that I had to not be able to get on camera, I'm glad it was that one. But if you would like to see the details of all the other looks that I created, then I will put that footage in now. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. From the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette, I'm wearing Your Majesty on my lid, Royal Prerogative in my crease, and Heir as my transition color. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing MAC blush in Cantaloupe. On my lips, I'm wearing NARS Audacious lipstick in Raquel. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. From the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette, I'm wearing Royal Highness on the lid Heir as my transition color. In my crease, I have a mixture of Royal Prerogative, Empress, and also Ladyship. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the MAC Mineralize Blush in Warm Soul. On my lips, I'm wearing the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Aquarius. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. From the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette, on my lid, I'm wearing Nobleman. In my crease, I'm wearing Princess. And as my transition color, I'm wearing Heir. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing MAC Blush in Cantaloupe. On my lips, I have a combination of a lip liner and a lip gloss. I lined my lips with a ColourPop Lippie pencil in Aquarius. And I filled in my lips completely with the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. As a base on my lid, I'm using the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Pomegranate Punk. From the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette, I'm wearing Queen Mother on my lid. Princess is my transition color, and I also applied this in the inner part of my crease, and Ladyship is in the outer part of my crease in my outer corner. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing MAC Blush in Melba. On my lips, I'm wearing a lip liner and a lip gloss. I lined and filled in my lips completely with the ColourPop Lippie pencil in Aquarius. And I went over top of that with the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. So for the formula, texture, and pigmentation of this palette, if you guys saw my last palette of the month, it was on the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and I have some very different opinions on the formula and the pigment and the texture and the way that they applied. And I was very happy to note that this palette performed easier. It wasn't so complicated. So within this palette, there are a couple different finishes. So these two shades right here, Royal Highness and Your Majesty, are more of a foiled shadow. And these do have a bit more fallout. So I definitely recommend when you are applying these two shades specifically that you do use a glitter glue, or you put a little bit of tissue under your eye, or you do your eye makeup first. Those two shades specifically, because they are so metallic and foiled, they do have a bit of fallout. It isn't bad, and it's easy to brush away if you get it on your face. It's not really gonna mess up your makeup, but just I wanted to caution you on that. But then for the other very shimmery shades in this palette, like the cranberry, the brown, and the purple, these are very metallic and very shimmery, but they are not foiled like these two. So for these shades, I didn't have near as much fallout as I did with the others. And again, mind you, these two shades, the fallout wasn't bad, but there was a decent amount. But with these other shimmery shades, hardly any fallout, which is fantastic. So I was very, very happy with how well they performed. And the pigment on all of these shades is insane. Like one swipe pigmentation is so beautiful, and I love eyeshadows like that. And then there are several matte shadows in this palette, and I would say that the formula of all of the mattes is consistent across the board, which I really, really appreciate. And I think that this formula is amazing because when I put my brush in there, I have a tiny bit of kick up, but not a ton. It isn't like when you use a Lorac shadow and it like poofs in your face, you know, it's not like that. But it also isn't as stiff and dry as some eyeshadows like the ones from MAC, which I still love, but I know a lot of people have a hard time working with those. I think these are right in the middle, and they perform so well. These are very easy to blend out and to build up without being too sheer, too intense, and they also do not get patchy. And I am not a pro at all when it comes to applying eyeshadow or blending, but these blend so nicely, and they are very, very user friendly. So I was really, really happy with the formula of all of these shades. Even those two foils, as I said, they have a tiny bit of fallout on your face, but not too much. It's definitely very easy to work with. So I was very happy with the way that all of those shades performed on the eye. So I wanted to give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. I think that the shade selection is beautiful. They perform so incredibly well. So I definitely would recommend it if you think you would like these colors. I say go for it because the quality is fantastic. So I've been trying to look at my palettes a little bit differently recently, and the shade selection in here is gorgeous. But if you look at these shades as individuals, they are not unique whatsoever. I have all these shades like 5 times over, but for some reason, all of these shades together in one palette is a unique combination and they look so beautiful. And I could say that as I'm very happy to have this, I don't want to declutter it, I don't want to get rid of it, but if I could go back in time, I might not buy it just for the reason that I already have these shades a million times over, and some of the shades I don't have a bunch is because they're not my favorite kind of shade to wear. But that is not to say anything negative about this palette. It's just that I have so many eyeshadows that this isn't necessary for me, but I'm very happy that I have it because I think it is beautiful and performs really, really well. So guys, that was my palette of the month review video on the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. I would love to know your thoughts on this palette and what looks that you created with it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.